I'm Azaria Tagaya, and this is Nightline, the top stories. Malaysia, India to elevate ties to comprehensive strategic partnership. And Mpox threat, government has no immediate plans for vaccination program. Good morning. Malaysia and India have agreed to elevate their bilateral relations from an enhanced strategic partnership ESP to a comprehensive strategic partnership CSP. Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim, who is on a three-day official visit to India until August 21st, said the mutual decision to enhance the relationship to CSP marked a significant step forward. Anwar was accorded a ceremonial welcome at the Rashtrapati Bhavan, India's presidential palace, on Tuesday as part of his maiden official visit to the Republic. He was welcomed by his Indian counterpart Narendra Modi upon arrival at 9 a.m. Both leaders then proceeded to a bilateral meeting to explore various areas of cooperation between both countries, including digitalization, investment, trade, construction, agriculture, education and research. In a joint media conference with Modi at Hyderabad House, Anwar affirmed that Malaysia considers India a great and true friend.
Perdana Menteri Narendra Modi ji is Meri Dosti. Not only is Prime Minister, but is my brother. And as I've said to him personally and to the colleagues, his friendship is sincere. Not only when I'm Prime Minister, but when I was just nobody, he was very kind as a true friend.
Anwar also highlighted new initiatives and programs that will encourage further collaboration between Indian and Malaysian companies.
That this must be further strengthened in a multitude of areas, which covers, as the Prime Minister has rightly put, digital and investments and trade in construction and modern agriculture, education, research, all fields, including military collaboration in terms of joint operations to safeguard our borders, and we look forward to that further enhanced relations.
Both leaders also discussed the experience and expertise of the two countries in the semiconductor sector, especially as Malaysia is considered a hub in Southeast Asia, and India has excelled in this area. Meanwhile, Malaysia and India have further solidified their bilateral relations with the exchange of 8 Memoranda of Understanding MOUs. Anwar and Modi also witnessed the MOU exchange at Hyderabad House. The MOUs cover a broad range of sectors, including worker recruitment, traditional medicine, digital technologies, tourism and public administration. Other fields of cooperation were culture, arts and heritage, governance reforms, as well as youth and sports. The agreements are expected to further strengthen the strategic partnership between the two countries, promoting cooperation across various fields and creating new opportunities for mutual growth and development. Now, Anwar stated that Malaysia aims to diversify its economic diplomacy efforts by participating in the intergovernmental organisation BRICS. The Prime Minister added that the country seeks to enhance its collaboration with member countries through shared initiatives and strategic partnerships.
India's distinct and influential role within BRICS is of particular importance, as we recognize that our strong bilateral ties will add significant value to the dynamics of the grouping. We are confident that our entry into this group will not only strengthen our economic linkages with India, but also open new avenues for cooperation across a broader spectrum of industries and policy areas.
Anwar, who's also the Finance Minister, said this when delivering a lecture titled Towards a Rising Global South, Leveraging Malaysia-India Ties at Sapru House, organised by the Indian Council of World Affairs, a New Delhi-based think tank. Malaysia has applied to join BRICS, a grouping of large emerging economies that was established in 2009 as a cooperation platform for emerging economies comprising Brazil, Russia, India and China, with South Africa joining the group in 2010. Cumulatively, the gross domestic product GDP of BRICS member countries amounted to $26.6 trillion, which is 26.2% of the world's GDP, almost the same as the economic strength of the G7 countries. There are no immediate plans by the government to implement a vaccination program for Mpox in the country, despite the disease being declared a global public health emergency by the World Health Organization. According to Deputy Health Minister Datuk Lukanisman Awang Sauni, while the ministry is monitoring the situation, there have been no recent cases of Mpox in Malaysia. Lukanisman said so far there have been no discussions carried out on the matter, but said that if there is a need to implement it, then an in-depth study on it should be conducted beforehand.
Vaksin untuk Mpox, setakat ini kita tak ada pun bercakap berkenaan tentang vaksin ini, dan juga sekiranya ada pun kita akan kaji sepenuhnya keperluan berkenaan tentang Mpox ini. Kalau kita lihat pada guideline dan juga jangkitan ini, jangkitan boleh dielak sekiranya individu melakukan langkah-langkah berhati-hati, kebersihan kendiri dan proses-proses yang lain lah. Dan juga kalau kita lihat jangkitan Mpox ni, dia punya simptom dia agak nampak clear lah dari sudut fizikal, terutama sekali tompok-tompok di badan.
On August 14th, the World Health Organization once again declared Mpox a public health emergency of international concern after an outbreak in the Democratic Republic of Congo since January, largely involving children. More than 500 people have reportedly died from Mpox in that country. In the meantime, the World Health Organization WHO stressed on Tuesday that Mpox, whether the new or old strain, is not the new COVID-19. Its regional director for Europe, Hans Kluge, said this as authorities know how to manage its spread.
We can and must tackle Mpox together, across regions and continents. So will we choose to put the systems in place to control and eliminate Mpox globally, or we will enter another cycle of panic and neglect. How we respond now and in the years to come will prove a critical test for Europe and the world.
Kluge noted that focusing on the new Clade 1 strain provides Europe an opportunity to improve attention on the less severe Clade 2 strain. This includes offering better public health advice and enhancing surveillance efforts. The Clade 1b variety of Mpox has triggered global concern due to its seemingly easier transmission through routine close contact. The National Fraud Portal, NFP, will leverage on artificial intelligence AI to detect, verify and track suspicious financial transactions as well as fraudulent activities through predictive analysis. Second Finance Minister Datuk Sri Amir Hamzah Azizan said this technology-based platform will also strengthen the capabilities of the National Scam Response Centre, NSRC, to combat online fraud, which is becoming increasingly prevalent. Speaking at the launch of the NFP, Amir noted that the portal is the leading automation platform in the region. It will integrate financial transaction data from various sources to automatically detect suspicious transactions and facilitate verification by the financial institutions involved. With the enhanced data and analysis, it will speed up action to prevent fraud, including increasing the detection rate of mule account holders by 14%.
Tindak balas pantas adalah teras untuk menghalang dana yang dicuri daripada dikeluarkan dari sistem kewangan. Justru meningkatkan kemungkinan pemulangan. Sejak peringkat rintis, NFP telah mengurangkan masa menjejaki transaksi penipuan sehingga 75%.
It has been reported that financial institutions successfully prevented suspicious and fraudulent transactions worth over 380 million ringgit last year through robust fraud prevention measures. The government will also table a new bill in Parliament later this year to enhance digital security and combat online fraud. It will enable enforcement agencies to prevent fraud attempts at an early stage on digital platforms. Meanwhile, Bank Negara Malaysia BNM has confirmed that 16 financial institutions in the country have joined the NFP, with many more institutions expected to follow suit in the near future. Its governor, Datuk Sri Abdul Rashid Ghaffur, also revealed that the NSRC had opened more than 12,000 investigation papers and frozen a total of 72 million ringgit from accounts identified through enforcement orders issued by the police as of June 2024.
Walau bagaimanapun, penjenayah cyber akan terus-menerus mengeksploitasi teknologi untuk mengembangkan taktik mereka. Lantas, NSRC juga perlu mengorak langkah menggunakan pendekatan yang dipacu teknologi bagi mengatasi kesemua ancaman ini.
He added that the central bank will also continue to make adjustments and advance strategies to address future threats. It will also enforce the revised policy on fair treatment of financial consumers effective October 2024 for ensuring the fair treatment of victims of unauthorized online electronic banking. Police have postponed the session to record Perikatan Nasional Chairman Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin's statement to Wednesday. Inspector General of Police Tan Sri Razaruddin Hussein, when contacted on Tuesday, said it had to be postponed as Muhyiddin's lawyer is still abroad. According to the top cop, Muhyiddin's statement will be recorded at his office at the Malaysian Investment Development Authority, MIDA, at 11 a.m. This was in relation to a speech which allegedly touched on the 3R issues, or race, religion and royalty. At least 30 police reports have been lodged against the Pagoh MP in connection with his speech, which was made during the Negeri state seat by-election. The case is being investigated under the Sedition Act, Communications and Multimedia Act and Penal Code. Meanwhile, Pahang Perikatan Nasional State Assembly members have affirmed their unwavering loyalty to the Sultan of Pahang, Al-Sultan Abdullah Riayatuddin Al-Mustafa Billah Shah. In a statement on Tuesday, the PN Assemblymen also voiced their support for the call by the Tengku Mahkota of Pahang, Tengku Hassan Al-Ibrahim Alam Shah, for an investigation into Muhyiddin's speech during the Negeri by-election campaign. State Opposition Leader Datuk Sri Tuan Ibrahim Tuan Man, representing the PN state reps, also called for a fair investigation into the allegations surrounding Muhyiddin's speech. He also urged all parties to refrain from creating unnecessary polemics and comply with the royal decree. On Monday, Tengku Hassan Al expressed his deep regret and anger over Muhyiddin's statement for manipulating facts and portraying a negative narrative by implying that Al-Sultan Abdullah had been unfair in his decision when appointing the 10th Prime Minister during his tenure as the 16th Yang di-Pertuan Agong. The Pahang Crown Prince also called for the police to take decisive action without compromise against the former Prime Minister for deliberately touching on 3R issues. Media practitioners, content creators and the public should uphold ethical standards and engage in responsible discourse, especially when dealing with the treatment and reception of refugees in Malaysia. In this regard, the Content Forum has urged for adherence to the Malaysian Communications and Multimedia Content Code when dealing with sensitive issues. In a statement, the Content Forum said the code provided clear guidelines to ensure content shared across electronic networks is fair, accurate and free from incitement of hatred, discrimination or violence, including against refugees. Adhering to the guidelines is essential not only to maintain public trust but also to prevent the escalation of social tension. It said as media professionals, there's an obligation to report news in a manner that is factual, balanced and sensitive to the potential impact on affected communities, adding that it is crucial to remember that refugees are among the most vulnerable groups in society. Any portrayal that fuels suspicion, hate or discrimination against them is not only unethical but can have serious real-world consequences. Such actions can exacerbate social divisions, leading to marginalization and further harm to already vulnerable populations. It said irresponsible reporting and online discourse that propagates stereotypes or unfounded allegations against refugees go against the spirit of the nation's diverse and inclusive society. To safeguard ethical standards and foster a more inclusive dialogue, the Content Forum urged all media and content creators to ensure accuracy and fairness, avoid sensationalism, respect human dignity and promote constructive discourse. The Content Forum also stands by the principle that self-regulation is key to maintaining high standards in media and content creation. Thai opposition party vows to curb top court's powers. News from the foreign front when we return.
Dia tiada hati perut sebab sanggup membunuh ibu bapa yang menjaganya daripada kecil. Kedua-dua mangsa ada kesentikaman berganda.
Tan Kim Jo, 73 dan isterinya Eng Chong Hua, 67 adalah disebabkan kecederaan parah akibat tikaman berganda.
Diving deep into the business world.
With expert insights and in-depth analysis. The latest trends and developments shaping the country, region and the globe.
Key insights into finance.
On Money Matters.
Every Saturday at 5 p.m.
on TV3 and stream on Tonton.
We're back with world news. Japan's ruling Liberal Democratic Party, LDP, announced on Tuesday that it will hold its leadership election on September 27th to select a successor to Prime Minister Fumio Kishida. According to reports, the party's election committee will officially announce the date on September 12th. The Prime Minister, whose three-year term ends next month, has confirmed he will not seek re-election. Kishida, who has been in office since October 2021, will step down amid a political fund scandal and controversy over the unification Church's connections to ruling lawmakers. Despite his efforts to reform the party, including disbanding factions, Kishida's approval ratings have plummeted to as low as 20%. Who will succeed Kishida remains to be seen, with a hodgepodge of candidates from party veterans to rising young stars and 3 women reportedly weighing their chances and seeking to rally intra-party support. Thailand's biggest opposition party will push to curb the Constitutional Court's sweeping powers, which recently sparked turmoil by dissolving the most popular party and then ousting the Prime Minister. People's Party leader Natapong Ruempayut, in an interview last Thursday, said the party will push for legislation to make it harder for the court to dissolve parties and to reduce penalties for politicians. He criticised the court for wielding power that is detached from the people and undermining elected institutions without representing the people itself. He also stressed that the parties aim to end lawfare and the influence of independent agencies on destroying elected institutions. Earlier this month, the court said it had to dissolve the Move Forward party to protect Thailand's constitutional monarchy, and in its ruling against SETA, the court cast itself as the ultimate protector of the constitution. India's Supreme Court on Tuesday has set up a national task force of doctors to make recommendations on workplace safety following the rape and murder of a trainee medic at a state hospital that prompted nationwide protests. The court, which took up the case on its own, said that the doctors' panel was being established to frame guidelines for the safety and protection of medical workers across the country. It directed the task force to submit an interim report within 3 weeks and a final report within 2 months. The court also asked federal police to submit a report on Thursday on the status of its investigation into the woman's murder at the RG Kar Medical College and Hospital in Kolkata. Additionally, it also ordered a federal paramilitary force to provide security at the hospital and requested all doctors to return to work. Jia suffers shocking early exit action from the 2024 Japan Open after the breather.
Di padang sawana yang luas, siapa yang akan bertahan? Mendominasi rantai makanan di benua Afrika.
They must kill to survive.
Alam yang kembali bangkit menguasai.
After the wildfires.
Saksikan keajaiban alam setiap Rabu dan Khamis 5 petang di TV3 dan stream sekarang melalui Tonton.
Berapa lama Amir kenal dia?
6 bulan. Apa salah kau nak kahwin?
Over my dead body.
Aku terima nikahnya Siti Nur Emilia binti Sidik.
Amir dari awal dah minta izin, minta restu dari you, tapi you tak setuju.
Amir datang sini nak minta restu ibu.
Tak akan merestui perkahwinan ini.
Mentua, mulai 24 Ogos, Khamis hingga Sabtu 9 malam. Terbaru di Lestari TV3 dan stream sekarang melalui Tonton.
Moving on to sports, badminton and the 2024 Japan Open. Well, it seems Li Zijia has done it again. The professional men's singles shuttler was sent packing for home after just the first round, falling to Alex Lanier, France in Yokohama on Tuesday. The six-seeded Zijia was unable to replicate his recent success as he was sent packing by the world number 29 shuttler 18-21, 13-21 in just 41 minutes during the Super 750 tournament. Following his Olympic bronze medal triumph, Zijia's schedule had been packed with radio station interviews, social engagements and even a modelling appearance at a Bukit Bintang fashion show barely a day before departing for Japan. Another independent player, Goh Jinwei, also bowed out in the first round after losing 18-21, 10-21 to China's Wang Zhiyi in the women's singles match. However, two national men's doubles pairs, Goh Zifei, Norizuddin Rumsani and Chung Hon-jian, Muhammad Haikal Nazri lived up to expectations to march into the second round. Zifei Izzuddin, who will turn professional soon, got past home pair Kazuki Shibata, Naoki Amada with a convincing 21-13, 21-13 win to book a second round slot against Liu Huangkeng, Yang Po Han of Taiwan. Hon-jian Haikal, on the other hand, came from behind to see off Biangai's Jan Colin Volker of Germany 12-21, 21-11, 21-16 in 55 minutes. The duo will take on second seeds Fajar Alfian, Rian Ardianto next. In the mixed doubles event, Tan Kian Meng, Lai Pei Jing came back from a set down to defeat Taiwan's Xu Xiangxie, Lin Jie-yun. The world number 15 pair had to battle hard before claiming an 18-21, 21-17, 21-19 win after 55 minutes. The 2024 Sukma Sarawak now, Selangor's Afrina Bertrisha Rizal completed a sprint double to consolidate her status as the sprint queen by blitzing to victory in the 200-metre final in a new games record on Tuesday. Still basking from her 100-metre sprint goal triumph, also in record time on Monday, the 20-year-old was in her element again as she romped home in 23.89 seconds to erase the old games mark of 24.27 seconds set by Perak's Nur Iwan Shafia Sabri at the 2016 edition. In the men's event, Pulau Pinang's Said Amin clinched the gold medal in the men's 200-metre final. Said clocked in a time of 21.221 seconds ahead of men's 100-metre gold medalist Danish Iftikhar Rosli, who took home the silver after clocking in 21.225 seconds. Meanwhile, a slight drizzle did not deter the spirit of Terengganu hurdler from winning the men's 110-metre hurdles gold medal in style. Amin proved his mettle, clocking in 14.26 seconds to take home the gold. Earlier, Johor track athlete Nurkhalisa Yasmin Awang jumped her way to gold in the girls' long jump final event. Nurkhalisa set a personal best of 5.76 metres on her final attempt, winning gold and surpassing her previous personal best of 5.63 metres. The 20-year-old from Kulai now has her eyes set on the triple jump gold to be contested on Thursday. In the diving event, sibling chemistry was in full flow as Sarawak's Awang Sharzan Nazrin Awang Nasruddin and Dayang Nur Shazira Awang Nasruddin dived to victory in the 3-metre mixed synchronized springboard final. Sharzan and Nur Shazira posted a total score of 227.13 points to win the gold medal, earning the state's third gold of the competition. In the shooting event, Negeri Sembilan's Gan Chen-ji shot her way to the top with another record in the girls' 10-metre rifle event. The 20-year-old bagged the gold medal with a score of 248.2, breaking the game's record of 243.7, previously held by Pulau Pinang's Shabina May Vijayan at the 2022 Sukma Kuala Lumpur. Chen-ji now has 6 gold medals under her belt at the Games and will be gunning for her 7th win on Wednesday when she competes in the 10-metre rifle mixed team event. On to tennis now. The 2024 Cincinnati Open. Top-ranked Yannick Sinner sealed a straight-set victory against Francis Tiafoe in the final to claim his first Ohio title.
The Italian top seed warmed up for next week's US Open in style, biding his time in a hard-fought first set before breaking the match open in the second. 26-year-old American Tiafoe, however, still made an impression after saving 3 match points before Sinner claimed his 15th career title with a 7-6, 6-2 win. Cincinnati is the 5th trophy of 2024 for the 23-year-old Sinner, who began the season with an Australian Open crown in Melbourne. Body of 2-year-old found on beach. This and more when we return.
Minggu yang bertemakan retro atau Y2K.
Kau fikir kau siapa? Kau buat aku macam monyet. Aku dah sakit kepala dah. Saya pun confused. Dia macam jangan ni. Timing salah.
Peserta yang mengelirukan.
Jangan buang masa. Tangis mani.
Bagaimana Detective Conan? Awak rasa dia...
Menguji kebijaksanaan selebriti. Ahad ini 9 malam. Hanya di TV3.
Mire semakin sukar membuat pilihan setelah kehadiran Wu Yang.
나보다 더 못 마셔. 내가 너 좋아하는 거? 누가? 우영이 아니?
Dan apakah agenda yang cuba diaturkan Suah?
이래도 아무 느낌이 없어?
괜찮니?
아니야, 나봐요.
My ID is Gangnam Beauty, Rabu hingga Kamis 11 malam di slot Jam Sarang TV3 dan stream sekarang melalui Tonton.
Back on Nightline with more home news. The body of a 2-year-old boy was discovered by a passerby at Pantai Leman in Kuala Kedah around noon on Tuesday. The child is believed to be the 3rd victim in a family murder case involving a foreign suspect. The suspect, a 34-year-old Myanmar national, is alleged to have slashed the throats of his 34-year-old wife and their 10-year-old daughter before dumping their bodies in a drain near an abandoned building along Sultan Abdul Halim Highway in Alor Star. Kedah Deputy Police Chief Deputy Commissioner Azli Abu Shah said the boy, believed to be the suspect's youngest child, had similar injuries to both victims whose bodies were discovered on Monday. Based on initial investigations, all the victims are believed to have been murdered last Sunday in the abandoned building, with 2 of the bodies later dumped in a nearby drain. It is also believed that the boy's body was disposed of in a drain at Jalan Pegawai, approximately 2 kilometres from the murder scene, before being carried out to sea and eventually washing up on the beach.
Kita boleh rumuskan bahawa tidak ada keganasan luar ataupun melibatkan pihak-pihak lain, tidak ada. Dia lebih kepada domestic violence. Mungkin atas kita dapati ini adalah keluarga yang gelandangan.
The suspect, who tested positive for drugs, has been remanded until August 26, and the case was being investigated under Section 302 of the Penal Code. Azli added that the suspect's 5-year-old son, who was rescued when police apprehended the suspect at a mosque in Bukit Pinang on Monday night, has been placed under the care of the Child Intensive Care CIC unit due to signs of mental stress and trauma. However, there were no visible signs of physical abuse. In Johor, an unemployed man was charged in 2 separate courts in connection with the triple murder cum arson that claimed the lives of 3 of his family members in Pagoh on August 9th. 48-year-old Azman Muhammad Noor faced 4 charges, 3 for the murders of his parents and niece, and 1 for causing grievous harm to another niece. During the proceedings, the accused only nodded in understanding when the charges were read out by the court interpreter before Magistrate Susanna Mokhtar. No plea was recorded as the case falls under the jurisdiction of the High Court. Azman is accused of murdering his mother, Ara Abdul Hamid, his father, Muhammad Noor Muhammad Yassin, aged 76 and 82 respectively, as well as his 11-year-old niece, Nur Adriana Nur Hashim, between 1 a.m. and 3 a.m. on August 9th. The charges, framed under Section 302 of the Penal Code, carried the death penalty, which can be commuted to a jail term between 30 and 40 years and no fewer than 20 strokes of the cane if found guilty. The court set October 24th for remention of the case. In a separate hearing at the Sessions Court, Azman pleaded guilty to intentionally causing serious injury to another niece, 14-year-old Norazmina Razi, by using a wooden stick as a weapon capable of causing death at the same location, time and day. The charge was framed under Section 326 of the Penal Code, which provides for up to 20 years in prison and a fine or whipping upon conviction. Judge Nariman Badruddin set September 12 for sentencing, while awaiting the prosecution to finalise the case facts. Well, that's it for Nightline. We leave you with visuals of the first supermoon of 2024 that lit up the night sky around the globe, offering a mesmerizing sight as it appeared larger and brighter than usual. I'm Azaria Tagaya. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.